So next page, the effect of heat on matter. So I've simplified the content from the textbook into one pages on this topic, the effect of heat on matter. Now, as you know that solid can turn to liquid, liquid to gas, and gas can turn back to liquid and to solid. Now, if you look at the diagram, the red colored arrow which pointing to the right, so that's representing a heating process. Okay, and the bottom arrow, which is labeled in blue colored, which pointing to the left, that will represent the cooling process. So as the topic is about the effect of heat on matter, the effect of heat on solid, liquid, and gas. Now, so you fill up the box over there, the name of the process, from solid to liquid, and the process is, what's the name of the process? Apa peleburan? Apa itu peleburan in English? Liquid to gas is boiling, kan? Okay, so you just fill up the box. However, solid also can directly turn to gas, kan? Without forming the phase of liquid. So directly can turn it phase from solid to gas. So that process is known as sublimation. So I think this part you already learned in primary school. Now, the most important thing about the topic is whenever you should be able to explain, and during the process of changes from solid to liquid, what happened to the particles. So you can explain them based on these 5 step. And what happened to heat when solid turn to liquid? And so the increase, and and then the solid will receive more energy, so the kinetic energy become higher, and the movement of particles becomes faster. Space of particles becomes the space will increase, and what happened to the arrangement of particles? They start to become loose. Okay, so the space between particles becomes smaller. The arrangement, and they start to decrease, the arrangement of particles. So each process from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, you should be able to explain them using these 5 keywords. What happened to the heat when solid turn to liquid, liquid turn to gas? The heat will increase, and energy increase, movement of particles will increase, and space of between particles becomes further, arrangement of particles, and so on. Okay, so you'll get the answer from the textbook. So this notes is just to simplify it for you, for easier for you to understand the whole concept. So the details you get it from the textbook. So same goes to the cooling process. When the arrow to the left, so what happened to heat? Heat is what I meant was heat is absorbed, and from solid to liquid, the heat is absorbed. So if the liquid turns to solid, the arrow on through the left, what happened to heat? Heat is released. So when heat released, the kinetic energy decreases, movement of particles, they start to come closer, the particles start to move slower, become slow, space becomes closer, arrangement becomes close. Okay, understand? So that's the 5 important keyword for you in explaining the effects of heat on matter. Using this model, you can easily find the answer from the textbook. Now, there are two other things about mass and temperature, and the effect of heat on matter And when you heat or cool matter, what happened to mass, what happened to temperature? There's another two important thing that you need to know. So what happened, actually there's two experiment in the textbook. You can read on the experiment. Now what happened to mass during heating and cooling? Now if you heat solid, solid will turn to liquid, liquid will turn to gas. So during heating, the mass of water, for example we are using water, the mass of water in form of solid, liquid or gas will remain constant. There's no changes. There's no changes. Why? So I want you to find in the textbook on page 155. Now this is a very important concept, but unfortunately in the textbook the answers is unique because they didn't bold the answer. The concept is not present in they didn't bold the answer, so that's why I put it as a box over here. I want you to find it on page 155. You find the reason why mass remain constant during heating and cooling. Another thing is temperature. Now for temperature, during heating, temperature increases. Okay, you know that already. And when we heat solid, the temperature increase from you heat solid from 0, 20, 30, 40 degrees Celsius and so on, and until it reach 100 degree. Bukan solid. What I meant was a liquid. Same goes to solid lah. So if you heat solid, the temperature rises. Then if you until it turn to liquid. When you heat liquid, the temperature rises until it turn to gas and so on. So same goes to when you cool the matter. Right? So the temperature will also decrease. So that's okay. That's you understand. Now, but when it reach freezing point, melting point, and boiling point, what happened to the temperature? The temperature remain constant. Okay, it's not easy for me to explain using this module itself to understand this part. So there's another video come up, so you look at the explanation. I need to use a paper to make sure you understand what does heat effect on temperature and during heating. So see you in the next video.